Wait, good morning. Hey, it's another morning walk with Jimmy and Molly. We are live. We are ushering in November 1st. It's I'm going to say it's a clear, crisp morning, November 1st, here in New England. Taking another dark morning walk. I think in a week or two, we'll be turning the clocks back. It should be a little brighter by the time we go out in a couple weeks on our morning live morning walks. But for now, hey, come on. I always seem to lose it. Good morning, Lucy. I'm sorry I loves you. I don't have my glasses on. Good morning. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Hey, Mike. Good morning, guys. Thanks for coming in. I was just saying that it's a very crisp, clear November 1st here in New England, the northern east coast of the United States. It seems like it's going to be a nice day. It's very warm. Well, I wouldn't say warm, but as compared to how it's been the last couple of weeks, I would say the temperature is probably in the low 40s. It was 28 degrees when I left to go to work on Friday morning. So this is it's a warm one. Yeah, it's cool. Hard to believe it's November, isn't it? Very hard to believe. This year has flown by. You can see behind me the sun's coming up. I got stars in the sky and we got the moon out. It's what my wife would call God's thumbnail. It's just I don't know what you call it. It's a quarter or an eighth moon. It's pretty impressive looking. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning here in November. Happy November to you as well. I'm glad you guys are with us. I hope the stream works well. I've noticed a couple of them have lagged out on us. But we'll make the best of it. I got Molly with me. I know you can't see her. Oh, you can see, I think you can see the moon behind me. See that? Yeah, it's nice. Beautiful morning here in the Northeast. I don't know if either of you have been here to New England, but it's a beautiful part of the country. I've been to several parts of this US of A. It's all very beautiful. But New England's my home. It's nice here. Lots of mountains and trees. We have the ocean nearby. I say nearby, it's about 35 miles from here. About a 45-minute drive. Dip your toes in the Atlantic Ocean. It's nice. What is the time now? The time is 6:40 Eastern Standard Time, 6:40 a.m. How about where you're at? You're not very far from us at all. Several hours. I can make it to Montreal. I can go from my doorstep here and get to Montreal in about 4 hours, which isn't bad because I can get to New York City in 4.5. So about the same amount of time to get to Montreal and as it is New York. I'm about 30 minutes north of Boston, Massachusetts. I live in the southern part of New Hampshire. So there's a 12-hour difference. Well, good evening to you. That's right, the Philippines. I remember you telling me that. I would love to go to the Philippines someday. Um, I long to travel internationally, especially to places that are tropical in the Pacific, where you're located. I hope to someday get to those places before before the time is up for me. I should have plenty of time left, so I hope to get there. I watched of several of your videos and other folks' videos from those areas, and they look very, very nice. Yeah, so we're not far from Boston. This is where I live, is the birthplace of the nation. There's a lot of colonial American history here. Um, the house next door to the house I grew up in was built in 1721, which in this country is pretty old. There's a trail when you go to Boston. You can follow a trail called the Freedom Trail, and it takes you along a route where a lot of historical places, taverns where the Revolution was born, and there's a cemetery where Paul Revere and many of the founding fathers that we learned about in history class are buried. It's an interesting place. The Old North Church, where they put the lanterns in the steeple so Paul Revere could do his famous ride. 1919. Yeah, that's pretty old. That's still pretty darn old. I mean, considering the Titanic sank in 1912. Yeah, your house is pretty old. Mine was built in 1984, so it's not that old. But if you like history, or if you want to come visit the United States and you want to learn about our history and the birthplace, New England is the place to come. The state that I live in, New Hampshire, we have many famous colonists from here. General John Stark was one. He was born in the town that I grew up in, and had a house here. And then him and his wife Molly Stark, they lived in Manchester, which is right near where I live. Manchester's the biggest city in the state. Your town was founded in the 1800s. Yeah, which is still old. Thinking about the settlers who came here. I mean, they settled in Jamestown and in Plymouth, Mass. And then they spread north and south and west. I know that Thomas Jefferson, I think it was Thomas Jefferson that completed the Louisiana Purchase, and that pretty much allowed us to expand into the western part of the country, out towards the Mississippi River. My name is Jimmy, and you're welcome to call me by that name. I am the astute tourist, but my name is Jimmy. And what would yours be? Loves you? I think we can guess what Mike's name is. Yeah, please, by all means, you may call me Jimmy. A lot of my friends here on YouTube, they know my name, so no worries there. There's a lot of old, going back on the history of the place. Your loves, okay, very good. A lot of old house foundations where a lot of people that do metal detecting, myself included, go around and find old coins and old items of, from an era gone by. A lot of old stuff from like I said, from the 18th century. I'm very intrigued by that time. It amazes me. No electricity, no lighting, nothing like that. And those people were very inventive and, had all the means to be able to cook and keep themselves warm. Some of the houses that are around here still that come from that era still have the big old fireplaces with the beehive ovens in them. That was their kitchen. Not like we have. You just plug in your range now or turn the gas on and you got yourself a nice cooking oven. Yes, I do. I try to. The weekends we don't necessarily get out because we usually stay up later on a Friday, Saturday night. But yeah, every day I try to do a walk. Come on, Molly. Come on. Every day we try to walk, and yes, it's not only is it to get the dog out, but it is to get exercise. When we first started doing the morning streams, I would explain the reason. Come on, Molly. Molly, come on. She's smelling something. It was to get Molly out. Molly's our 4-year-old chocolate Labrador retriever. And it's just my wife and I at home. So Molly is in the house while we're at work. And she can be in there from 8 to 9 hours every day. So I try to walk her in the morning at least, and in the afternoon if we can. That way it gives her a chance to get out and stretch her legs and get her exercise as well. So that's why we did it. And I thought, why not take you folks along with us? I mean, we're not visiting any place very interesting or going to some exotic places like in some of our videos, but I hadn't been doing really any live streams, and come on, I hadn't been doing any. So I said, why not? This is a good time. I don't know if people will be interested in, us walking in the morning, but I do like to talk about where we live, and who we are, what we do. I keep spinning around because Molly she's on her leash and she keeps walking around me. I don't want to get tripped. Yeah, it's important to have the dog walking. She loves these walks. I mean, if you think about it, dogs live, their world isn't very big. They live in the house and they have Colleen and I, and that's it. They're not like we are where we can pretty much come and go as we please. So they're dependent on us. So the world is a little small, and our dog is like our child. We want to be able to take good care of her and make sure that she leads a happy life. I mean, they don't live as long as we do either. So I just want to give her the best life that she can have. And so that's why we're out walking. That's one of the reasons. The other one is because I gained a lot of weight over the summer. Kind of put my diet by the wayside and eating too much sugar made me get a little big. So I can get my exercise too. which is good. Our walk is about, we do about a 20 to 30-minute walk in the morning. It's about, I haven't measured it, but if I had to say, we're probably doing close to a mile. It's a good walk, good brisk walk. It's a very, very clear morning here today. The sun is just starting to come up, and the moon is still high in the sky. It's a little sliver of a moon, but I think we're going to have a beautiful day. Like I said, it's somewhat warm here. I'd say it's probably, I think I said earlier, it's probably between 40 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not bad for this time of year. It had been really cold the last several days, cold in the mornings, but I'll take as many of these mornings as we can get. And there's not a cloud in the sky right now. It's a clear day. So I think I'll have a good day, although I'll be sitting in my office for part of it. Nice thing about my job, though, is I can go outside and get in my work vehicle and go for a ride if I want to. It's around 0 Celsius there. Now, what's that equate to in Fahrenheit? Do you know? Is that in the 30s? 30 degrees Fahrenheit? For us, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the freezing mark. It's when water begins to freeze up. Like I said, Friday, I think it was Friday or Thursday. You know how you have the thermometer in your car? Mine said 28 degrees. And I could tell. No, the snow hasn't started yet, thank goodness. Although we've had snow this early in the past. I know there was one Halloween we had. I don't know. I think we got almost 2 feet of snow, believe it or not, on a Halloween. But not this year so far. I would expect we'll probably get snow anywhere between the middle to the end of November. We'll probably start to see some snow. Maybe not anything that is accumulated. No snow yet for you, Mike. I'm sure you're going to get it before we do. Well, you never know. But yeah, we get that snow here. I don't imagine you get snow in the Philippines, do you, loves? Probably not. Are there any mountains that high there? I wouldn't imagine. I mean, I know it does snow on some of the islands there in the Pacific region. Yeah, well, if you stay tuned to my channel, you're going to see real snow. At least you'll be able to see us shoveling and walking in it. Come on, Molly. Come on. I've grown up here, and I'm sure Mike can attest to that, living in Ontario. We get a lot of snow, and it lasts here till probably April. We can get snow anywhere from November right till about April. And I'm growing up here. I'm not a big fan. Yeah, I did a stream one time, which was, I wouldn't say it was a silent stream, but it was during one of the first snow falls that we had. So you can watch like an hour of just the snow falling. Yeah, but I'm with you. We do have, there's one video that Colleen and I made. So north of here, up in the White Mountain National Forest, there's a town up there called Lincoln. And every year they build these ice castles. They hook up a lot of water nozzles and they spray the water, and they make these sculptures, and they actually make like a castle, kind of a winter wonderland with the ice, with all kinds of various colored lights and stuff. It's really pretty to go to at night, and we did a video on that. We may have to do it again this year. Wow, 4 feet of snow. We may accumulate over the whole winter between 4 to 6 feet of snow, but I can't remember having that much snow at one time. Maybe in the 70s when I was a little boy. I know we had the blizzard of 78, which that was a lot of snow, especially back then. And I think we got probably 3 or 4 feet. And it pretty much stranded everybody. Well, thanks for stopping in, Mike. We appreciate it every time you're in, and we appreciate you. I'm glad you took the time to stop in. Have a good day. I hope you have a lovely day today. Yeah, Christmas is coming. So here, in the United States, the next holiday for us is Thanksgiving, which happens on the third Thursday, I think, of November, or the third week, or something like that. Third Thursday, whatever it is. And what that holiday, when I was talking about, the settlers coming here to America back in the 1600s, the people that came, the pilgrims that came, they had a feast of Thanksgiving, thanking God and the indigenous people here for helping them survive their first year. So every year in November, after Halloween, about 3 weeks from now, we have a Thanksgiving celebration, which is nice. And then Christmas comes. You're going to throw snowballs at the Philippines. That's a pretty good throw. I'm going to hire you for a baseball team if you can do that, or football, either way. But yeah, so we celebrate our Thanksgiving. It's a good time. Oh, Molly's chasing a bird. And then Christmas. Then they prepare for Christmas here, which is lovely. Usually looks like a Norman Rockwell painting, if you're familiar with him. He's a famous American painter. But it's a pretty picture postcard. So you had Thanksgiving a couple weeks ago. Yeah, ours comes a little bit later. Yeah, Mike, she wants you to make a snowman too. With 4 feet of snow, you'll have plenty of snow to make a snowman, for sure. Well, it's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need to cut this one a little short because I have to head out to work. We get started a little late, but I want to thank you guys for stopping in and joining Molly and I on our walk. We always appreciate all our friends that can come in and spend a short amount of time with us. We really love and appreciate all of you folks, and I hope you have a fantastic day today. Unless it's raining, we'll most likely be out tomorrow morning as well, doing our walk. And if there's anything that you want us to do, maybe in the morning that we're not doing, or any topics you'd like to talk about, please let me know. And loves, I hope you have a good evening over there in the Philippines. We appreciate it, each and every one of you guys. Someday I'd like to come and visit you. I think that would be great. I love to travel, especially where it's warm and tropical. I don't have any palm trees here where I live, so I'd like to give a palm tree a big hug. Put my toes in the sand, as they say. So I guess that's going to do it. Like I said, I got to cut it short. So I appreciate you guys. Have a good evening and a good day. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. My name is Jimmy. I am the astute tourist, and we'll see you later.